All right, folks, AARP has sounded the alarm about loneliness. They say it's an escalating challenge with adults 45 plus. Lived it, could write the book myself. But there are different layers. You can be alone when you're not alone. I think we're all familiar with that concept. And it's real easy to plunge into the world of the lonely when you weren't lonely a year ago. A lot of stuff can obviously happen there. Workplace says adios. Some club you're in says adios, or, whatever happens. And of course, there's the D word. So loneliness rising. 40% of U.S. adults now report being lonely, a big jump from 35% as recently as 2018. Social landscapes, work stress, caregiving responsibilities, family dynamics, all a part of it, and shrinking social networks, one big predictor of loneliness. Nearly half of lonely adults have limited social resources and wish for stronger connections compared to about a third of adults overall. Community engagement's declining. Fewer people are attending religious services, volunteering, or joining local groups. Opportunities for connection are just kind of withering a little bit. Some towns, the Sertoma Club's doing great, the Kiwanis, other towns, those things have kind of gone. You saw town signs with every community organization they had proudly displayed. I think Belleville used to have that, and I think some of those clubs went away, so that sign went away out by Belleville East, I believe. So, more people spending time alone. Lonely adults average 7.3 hours each day compared to 5.6 for the overall 45 plus population. Technology, a bridge on that gap and a widener of the gap. It can help maintain relationships, and I think that's the key. It has to be an extension of in-person contact. I have these friends from high school, these four women who, I bet they'd never worry about having two tickets and wondering if someone will go with them to a show or something like that. You just get together regularly. You do the big fun activities, but then you do the less fun activities. If everything's a big event, everything's like your little friend network Oscars, I think that sets you up well. I've got to do something magnificent to get together. No, I think you gotta go for the home run once in a while, and you got to go for the single once in a while. Know what I'm saying? So technology is an issue, and to me, maybe mothers can swap pictures of their kids, or there's some common activity out there where maybe texting and messaging is a little more satisfying. It gets to the point where I run out of things to talk about, and some of my stuff just isn't relevant to people. So I think we have to have in-person gatherings somehow. I don't care if you get together for that lunch, breakfast on a Saturday. There has got to be some kind of flesh, a human face. Hear their voice in person, not just, oh no, can't talk on the phone. And I think, once in a while, you get on the phone, reach out and touch someone, as they used to say. Midlife and older adults, it is getting more and more complicated. We talked about church earlier. Now, that's a tough one, because I know as a single person, I feel like I don't fit. And I don't care what denomination or whatever, I feel like the odd duck. And that's a problem. We have just other issues out there, but I think you have to feed friendships. It's like flowers. You got to give them a little water. And I think through your life, you have to work to feed friendships. You find out that you're going to lose friends, of course, death, if you don't go first. You just have to find a way. I don't know if you carve out a time and And when your friend talks to you and you're busy and you're annoyed, just tell them that you're busy doing something, and I'll touch base with you later. This stuff of just snapping on people. Well, hey, texting Mr. Texter Joe doesn't know that you're washing the dishes, doesn't know that you're finishing your PhD. He's not a swami. He's not a psychic. Communicate. Let people know what the hell you're doing, and they'll understand. They'll understand if you're watching the finale of Stranger Things and you want to watch it without texting all the way through. Just communicate. Hey, I'm not being a hypocrite either, because I do have that struggle. But sometimes you just got to let people know, and you don't you snap on somebody, and then sometimes they just go away. And I thought the thing that hit me too is when people say I'm lonely. You get people saying, "Oh, well, you're needy." And they don't necessarily use that word, but they say it in their own way. Well, you should be happy with your life. You've got a great life. Who the hell are you to tell someone are you there in real time? Don't tell someone what kind of life they have. Don't tell them, well, so and so has stage 4 cancer. That has nothing to do with having a happy, productive life with people in it. In fact, death in stage 4 is part of the conversation, because you never know when it's your last day. So don't play those cards. That's just my take. But if you're lonely and you can do something about it, I'm telling you, the volunteer thing, you get in the right situation, it can be pretty fulfilling, something to look forward to. Don't overcommit where you resent getting involved, but and not all opportunities are the same. And sometimes, yes, you'll run into people who are full of themselves and it's their social club, but for the most part, there's a redeeming moment or two or three. So hopefully I haven't rambled and I've made sense. Talk to you later. Talk to me later. I'm lonely.